Hello class and welcome to the fourth section of our series of CSC 321 classes, Advanced Level Programming Language C++. Today we are going to talk on operators. What is or how do you use an assignment operator? The assignment operator assigns a value to a variable and is the most common assignment operator is the equal sign. The normal equal sign that we use in our daily mathematics activities is the one that we use in C++ when we want to make an assignment. For example, r equal to 5, we are assigning the value of 5 to the variable r. If, for example, I say x equal to 2, I'm assigning this 2 to I'm assigning 2 to a variable x. Okay. Let's look at a simple program that demonstrates how to use the assignment operator. Let's study the program. Look at the program carefully. Okay. As usual, we have our include IO stream using namespace std int main the begin. Now you can see int a comma b, two variables a and b are declared in line 6. At this instance, the value of our a is unknown, and of course the value of b is unknown. So in the next line, line 7, a is assigned 10, but b still is unknown. So that's why on the comment you can see a is assigned 10, b is unknown. Are we there? Then the next line, line 8, b is assigned 4 and a is assigned to nothing. So that's why you can see that the value of a here maintained as the previous value of 10, then b now is 4. Then the next line, a is assigned to b. Wow, now the value of b now is being assigned to a. That's a. The value of b was 4 initially, and now a is equal to 4 as well. B is equal to 4 in this line 9. You get it? Then lastly, b equal to 7. The value of 7 is assigned to the variable b. So now, a, the value of a remain as it was before, a 4, then b now is 7. Okay? So now you look at it, the output C out a full colon, all a and full colon inside the quotation. It will just print a and the full colon, then it will proceed with the next line of action, that is C out a. C out a will output only the variable, that the value that is stored in that variable a, and the last value of our a is 4, so you will have a full colon a. Then it proceed again and produce the C out B full colon inside the quotation mark, then produce the value of B in the full colon. Then it will type the value of B and the full colon, then followed by the value of B, which was 7 as we mentioned. Okay. So the final output is A full colon 4, B full colon 7. You get it right? Now let's look at the arithmetic operators. Here we are having a table that basically describes the arithmetic operators. Here we have operator, here we have description. Basically the operators are the real operators we are used to them in our daily activities in mathematics. If you look at the plus sign, the normal plus sign is used for addition. The same thing here, we use it to add two or more variables together, or literals or whatsoever. Then the minus sign is used for subtraction. The way we use our subtraction in mathematics, the same thing here. Then of course we have the multiplication sign. The multiplication sign, we use the asterisk, mind you. For multiplication, asterisk is used, not x. Okay. Then finally division, we use the forward slash, and the last one we use the percentage sign for modulo. I believe you know how to use most of these operators. I think the one that we don't know most is the modulo. So look at this simple example to demonstrate the use of the modulo. Look at this one. X is equal to 11 mod 3. What will be the value of x? It's just like you are dividing 11 by 3, and whatsoever the result is going to be the mod. Okay? Mod is the remainder. So now 11 mod 3 will give you 3 and with a remainder of 2. So the value of our x is going to be 2. We got it right. That's how mod operates. But I believe the other ones we know how to use them. Next one is the increment and decrement. How we use increment and decrement in C++. One of the common one is the plus equal to 1 and the minus equal to 1. Let's take the first one. The plus equal to 1 can be represented in several ways. It can be plus plus x, plus x, that's the first one. X plus equal to 1, Then the third one, x equal to x plus 1. Wow. All these are equivalent and they produce the same action. Whether you use plus plus x plus equal to 1, or x equal to x plus 1. In either case, you are incrementing your value of x by 1. You get it? Now, let's look at the opposite of it. When you take the minus plus, the minus equal to 1. This one is the same thing with minus minus x minus equal to 1, x equal to x minus 1. They are all equivalent in whatsoever sense and they produce the same result. You get it? And in either case, the value of x is decremented by 1, while the other one is incrementing. This one is decrementing the value of x by 1. It may not necessarily be 1, it may be any literal that you decide to type, okay, depending on the logic of the program. How you got it? Still on operators, but this time around relational operators, how we relate between two or more variables together. Okay, let's look at the common use relational operators in C++ and the how we make what they stand for, and maybe some examples related to that. The most common relational operator is the equal sign, equal to, as in if A equal to B, or if B equal to C, if 1 equal to 2, or things like that. If it is being represented in relational form, it will not take the normal equal sign, but you will have double equal sign. Okay. Then we have not equal to. Not equal to is not represented with exclamation mark followed by the equal sign. That stands for not equal to. Then less than is the normal less than that we know. Then of course the greater than also is the normal greater than sign that we know. We have less than or equal to. You have less than followed by an equal sign, that is less than or equal to. Then greater than followed by an equal sign is greater than or equal to. Let's look at these few examples to demonstrate how we make use of them. 7 equal 5. This one will evaluate to false because of course 7 is not equal to 5. So the answer here, when it evaluates this one, it will be false. Now look at the second example. 5 greater than 4. So let me put it this way. Is 5 greater than 4? The answer is going to be either yes or no, true or false. 5 is greater than 4? Yes, that's true. So it will evaluate to true. Then look at the third example. Is 3 not equal to 2? Just look at it. Let me put it in the question where you understand it more easier. Is 3 not equal to 2? Of course, 3 is not equal to 2 and it will evaluate to true. Then the fourth example, is 6 greater than or equal to 6? Look at it. Is 6 greater than or equal to 6? 6 is greater than or equal to 6. This is true because this one we are using greater than or equal to. If it is greater than, it's true. If it is equal to, is true. So here is greater than or equal to, and it is evaluated to true. Of course, 6 is greater than or equal to 6, hence it is true. Then the last example, number 5. Is 5 less than 5? No, 5 is not less than 5, so it evaluates to false. Next thing are the and or operator. Yeah, sometimes we'll come across an operator or operator. Here in this example, we make use of two variables for our and or operator. If you are working with two variables, the first column that have the first value will be having true, true, then false, false. Then the second one, like the B column, will be true, then false, then true, then false. So now look at the operation A and B. True and true, true and true. True and true will give you what? Will give you true. In this operation, you will be having true and true to be true if and only if all the operations A and B are true. So that is where the first one we are having true and it's end of true. So now look at the second one, true and false. True and false. This one will be having false. Okay, then false and true. This one will be having false. Then the last one, false and false, will be having false. In an operator, what we are saying is you will be having true if and only if all what you are given into consideration are true. Your A is true and your B is true. Then in that case, you will be having true. Hope you get it right. If there are three operators, maybe A, B, and C, you can only have them to be true if A is true, B is true, C is true. Then you will be having A and B and C to be true, then the last one, then the operation is going to be true. Okay. Now let's look at the OR operator. Just the same thing with the previous one. We will have under the A, we'll be having true, true, then false, false. Under B, you're having true, false, true, false. Now A or B, true or true. Of course, true or true will give you true. Then true or false. Any one of them. Once you're having one of the true, the other one true will be, the result will be true. So here we're having one true. So here it will evaluate to true. Now look at the third one, false or true. False or true will give you true, of course. Then the last one, false or false. False or false will give you false. If you look at this one, it's just like the opposite of the AND operator. You get it right? So you will be having your OR operator to be true if one of the operands is true. Otherwise, if all of them are false, then it's false. Okay? Just like when you are having three operators like A, you're having three variables that you are dealing with like A, B, and C. For you to have false is when if and only if A is false, B is false, and C is false. That is the only way you can have false. Otherwise, once there is one true, everything will be true. I hope you get it right. Now, let's look at this example to demonstrate it very well. 5 is assigned 5 and 3 less than 6. So now we start evaluating with the enormous bracket, start moving from left to right. Is 5 equal to 5? Yes, that one is true. Then the next one is our AND operator. We have our own AND operator. Is 3 greater than 6? No, no, no. 3 is not greater than 6, hence it's false. Now, true and false will evaluate to false. Now, look at the second example. The same thing, but the difference is only O. Is 5 equal to 5? Yes, 5 equal to 5. This one is true. Then we have our O. Then we look at it again. Is 3 greater than 6? False. 3 is not greater than 6. 6 is false. So true or false, we will evaluate to true. Have we get it right? Now, the next thing is basic input output. C++ uses a convenient abstraction called streams to perform input and output operations. It performs operations in sequential media such as computer screen, keyboard, or a file. Okay? A stream is an entity where a program can either insert or extract characters to or from. C out or count and C in or chain are standard output and input stream. CERR and CLOG are streams for specific purposes, error messages and logging in most cases. Now let's look at this table to demonstrate it very well. We have the stream, we have the description here. Now, in that stream, we have the CIN. The CIN is the standard input stream that is used in C++. Some call it CIN, as in C input. Okay. Some call it chain, whichever one. Okay. Then the next one is C out, as in C++ output. Okay, is the standard output stream. Some call it count, some call it C out, whichever one you decide. Then CERR. That's the standard error output stream. Then the last one, CLOG, the standard login output stream. You get it? Now, let's use this example to demonstrate the output and the input. Take the left-hand side that demonstrate the output. Look at the first line. C out, output sentence in double quotation, then end of line. This one will just print on the screen. Output sentence. How you understand? Then C out 120. This one just print number 120 on the screen. That's all. Then the third one, C out X. This one will print the value of X on the screen. It's assumed that now X is declared as a valid variable name. And maybe some assignment were made to it or computation and the result is being assigned to it. Now you want to print it out. So it will print the value of that X in the screen. That's all. So now let's look at for that of output. In the first line, H is declared to be of type integer. Can we see that? Then CIN, H. One thing I need to point out here is whenever you are using the chain, that's for input, normally use double greater than. For output, we are used to that. Even in our previous classes, we normally use the double less than. So when you are using input, when you type CIN, what will follow is the double greater than. You type greater than, you type it again. then the name of the variable, just like in this case. So here, whatsoever user type here and press enter, the result that he type, whatsoever he type, will be kept in this variable age, as long as it's a valid integer. I hope you get it right. That's good. Now, let's look at this example to finally demonstrate on this basic inputs output. The first line is IO examples, line 2 is blank, line 3 is hash sign include IO stream, then line 4 using non-space std, continue like that, int main begin. Now in line 8, can you see that int I, variable I is declared to be of type integer. How? Now you look at it, output here, C out, double less than, then inside double quotation, please enter an integer value. Then end of line semicolon. Can you see that? Basically, when you run this program, you just see please enter an integer value. That's all. CIN, then you see I. So whatsoever the user type here, when the cursor is blinking, when you type, maybe you type 5, you press enter. This 5 that you type will be stored in this variable I. Hope you get it. Then it will print C out. C out, whenever you see C out, you know that is output. It will print the value you enter is I. I just mentioned that maybe I type 5. So it will print the value you enter is 5. Then it will proceed again, C out, and its double is I times 2. Then end of line. Then next line. Then it proceeds again. After saying that the value you type is 5, then it will continue to say it is double is 10. 5 times 2, it's 10. Okay, now return 0. All right, let's look at an example here. Please enter an integer value. Can you see that? Yeah, 702 was given for an example as what the user type. Once the user press the return key, the enter key, the value you enter is 702 and this double is 1404. Yeah, hope you get it. Okay, with this, we come to the end of this class. In our next class, we're going to proceed from where we stop. Thank you for listening.